Hello, it's Nick Stone here, conference producer at the Art Group. Today I'm talking about our Knowledge Management Summit, which you're going to see in London on the 4th and 5th of June. Really pleased to have David Gurteen. David has had 25 years of independent consulting experience. Some of you will know David, who does the Knowledge Cafe. You'll have seen him at some of the other activities and events that have been there out before. But today, I want to talk about conversational leadership. And I say that because you'll see David at the event talking about just that. So I really want to kick off with where we are with the focus and the energy around that particular piece on conversational leadership.
Okay then, Nick, let's take conversational leadership and try to prize it apart and explain what it's about, because we got two words here, conversation and leadership. So let's look at the conversational piece of what this is all about. Some 20 years or so now, there was a book, the Clue Train Manifesto, which was an amazing little book because it was really predicting the social web, if you will. And one of the authors, a gentleman called David Weinberger, said this about knowledge management. He said that knowledge management shouldn't be about stuffing information. I can't remember his exact words, but it shouldn't be about stuffing information into people's heads. That's not what it was about. Fundamentally, what it was about was making sense of the world, making sense of that information. And he said, how do we do that? Or how have we always done that? It's through the stories that we tell each other. It's through the stories, traditionally, around, say, the campfire. And so it's about stories, it's about anecdotes, it's about conversation. Fundamentally, we make sense of the world through having conversations with each other. So that's the conversational piece.
Now, what about that ability to act? What's next?
Yeah, well, the other piece is the leadership piece, which is kind of the ability to act piece. Michael Schrage, who's a collaboration consultant at MIT, some years ago, he said something that sort of shocked me at the time. He said, knowledge management is a bullshit issue, which I thought was interesting. And then I read on, and he said, you can give people perfect information, they can have perfect knowledge, it can be perfect, but they still don't have the power to act. They can either choose not to act for a whole lot of reasons, or they may just not have the political ability, the political nous, to act on the knowledge that they've got. Hence, knowledge management is a bullshit issue. He said, knowledge isn't power, the ability to act on knowledge is power. And again, how do we get to act on that, act on our knowledge, if you will? A lot of the time, that's through influence. You need to influence your boss to provide the budget. You need to influence your fellow co-workers because you need to work with them. You need them to feel ownership of whatever it is you would like to do. How do you do that? How do you influence people? Fundamentally, you do it through conversation. So this is the essence of conversational leadership. It's fundamentally about influencing people through conversation to act, to do the things that you need to do in whatever context. It could be an organizational context, it could be in a personal context, but that's what it's about.
David, thank you. We look forward to seeing David Gurteen talking a lot more about conversational leadership at our KM Summit on the 4th and 5th of June. Look forward to seeing David, and we look forward to seeing you. Thanks.